श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यंकरवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Yesterday we saw parinama-tapa dukkaihi parinama-tapa samskara dukkaihi gunavritti virodhacha dukkhameva sarvam vivekinah. There, that is the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which was directly quoted. So almost many of the sutras are seen here. See, almost half of the sutras, leaving alone the Siddhi Prakarana, we see almost all the sutras here. See, in the 4th chapter we saw some sutras, in the 5th chapter we are seeing these sutras, and 6th chapter Yoga, that is. So there we are going to see some more sutras. So almost the whole of Yoga Sutra is covered here. So Parinama Tapa Samskara Dukkaihi. Parinama Dukkha, Tapa Dukkha, Samskara Dukkha. Okay. Guna Vritti Virodhacha. Since there is a contradiction among the gunas, Dukkhameva Sarvam Vekinaha. Everything is of the nature of sorrow for the intelligent one, the knowledgeable one. So here, the Sarvam, Dukkhameva Sarvam Vivekina, that was explained already. See, though we just explained in general the Parinamatapa Dukkha and Gunavritti Virodha, we didn't get into it specifically. But Dukkhameva Sarvam Vivekina, that is explained specifically by the commentator himself. So we saw everything is a sorrow for him because a yogi is like the eye. See, the soft feather touch cobweb will be very enjoyable when it touches the other body parts, but when the same falls in your eye, then it is going to be a big irritation. Similarly for the yogi, this he said. Now he is explaining the other words in the sutra like he always does. Tatra Parinama Tapa Samskara Dukkaihi iti Bhuta Vartamana Bhavishyat Kale api Dukkha Anavidhatvat Aupadhikam Dukkham Vishaya Sukhapsya Uktam. See, Vishaya Sukhasya, the experience which you gain through the objects. So the Sukha, the happiness which you gain through the objects, that is sorrow, Dukkhatam, Aupadhikam Dukkhatam. That is engulfed by, that is embodied by sorrow. Why? Because Bhuta Vartamana Bhavishyat Kale api Dukkhana Vidhatvat. Because it is engulfed by sorrow in the past, in the present, and in the future. See, any experience of happiness which we have, that is engulfed by the sorrow in all the 3 periods of time. Before the experience, oh, I didn't have that experience. When will I have this experience? Now, after the experience, oh, I had a very beautiful experience, but I lost it. But during the enjoyment also, oh, when is this going to end? So, there is a sorrow always underlying, like underlying current during the experience of happiness. So, he says, Guna Vritti Virodhacha iti. Even because the gunas Vritti means the functionality. Guna, Sattva, Rajo, Tama Guna. Guna's functionality also is contradictory. Therefore, for this reason also, Suruptapi Dukkhatam. By inherent nature, it is a sorrow. See, because it is engulfed by sorrow, it is sorrow. Inherently also, it is of the nature of sorrow. This happiness also is, any experience is sorrowful. Tatra parinamascha tapascha samskarascha ta eva dukkhani tairityarthaha itham bhutalakshane tritiya. See, parinama tapa samskara dukkaihi. There is one word. Parinama tapa samskara dukkaihi. Okay. Now, parinama tapa dukkha, samskara dukkha, like that we understand. Still, Dukkaihi, it is like Ramaihi. Ramaihi is a Ramena Rama Bhyam Ramihi Tritiya. Tritiya Bahuvachana. Plural instrumental case. Now, This instrumental case is for a specific reason. Like when we saw in Sanskrit, Namaswasti Swaha Swada Alam Vashat Yogacha, Namaha Swasti Swaha Swadha Alam Vashat. When in association with these words, it is fourth case which is used. Okay, so in the same way, here the third case is used for a specific reason. Itham bhuta lakshane. Itham bhuta lakshane. There is a sutra in Panini Sutra. Itham bhuta lakshane. That is the sutra. So in this way, it is. I'm not saying. I'm explaining the sutra. Itham, in this way, bhuta, it exists. Itham bhuta lakshane. To show something, it is in this way. We use third case. So it is in this way to show that he is using the third case. Parinama tapa samskarascha dukkhani. All these are sorrows. These different types of sorrows. Tathahi. How it is? I'll explain. Raganuvidhayeva sarovi sukhanubhavah. See, all the experience of happiness is engulfed by sorrow. Raga anuvidhaha. Anuvidha means it is intertwined, associated with sorrow. Nahi tatra narajyati. Raga means Raga means desire. Every experience of happiness is associated with desire. Okay. Now, tat nahi tatra narajyati tera sukhi chaiti sambhavati. So you cannot say he is not involved, but he is happy also. Only when you are involved, only when there is a desire, there can be happiness. Without desire, there can be no happiness. Only when there is desire, when you gain the desired object, you become happy. That is why he says, Raga eva cha purvam udbhutaha san vishaya praptya sukharupena parinamate. See, the desire is what springs up first, comes out first. Purva udbhutaha, it manifests first. Okay? San, after manifesting, vishaya praptya, after the desire manifests, you gain the object, desire object. By gaining the desire object, sukha rupena parinamate. That desire transforms into happiness. Once you achieve the goal, achieve the object, gain the object. Tasya cha pratikshanam vardhamanattvena swa vishaya aprapti nibandhana dukkhasya apariharyatva dukkha rupameva. So what? Jnana ichcha pravritti. So knowledge, desire, and I get into activity. That is the order we know. Now, after desire, I am involving myself in gaining some object, and I gain the happiness. So where is the sorrow here? If you ask, then he says true. But this desire for things, see, I have a desire to gain something in this pen. I have a desire to gain this pen. So this is not mine, it is there. This desire is not going to be, oh, that desire exists. Okay, so what? No, this desire grows by second. Every minute it grows. So that is why he says, pratikshanam vardhamanatvena. Every moment the desire to gain that object of desire grows. But there is an obstacle. This is not mine. I cannot take it. How? What will I do? Therefore, aprapti nibandhana dukkhasya apariharyatvad. Because of able to gain this pen, because of that become, I am going to experience sorrow. Swavishaya aprapti nibandhana dukkha. Not able to achieve that, not able to gain the desired object is sorrow. That is intertwined with that kind of sorrow. That is inescapable. Apariharyatvat. You cannot ward it off. You cannot escape from that. Therefore, dukkha rupata eva. Therefore, this desire is of the nature of sorrow. Yahi bhogeshu indriyana upashanti paritaptatvad tat sukham. See, what is sukha? Sukha, what is happiness? Happiness is the sense organs upashamyati. The sense organs are pacified through the experience of desired object. When the sense organs are pacified through the experience of desired object, that is sukha. Bhogeshu indriyana upashanti. The sense organs pacified through the experience paritriptatva, because it is satisfied, tat sukham, that is sukha. Did you get it? Sukha is happiness as your sense organs is satisfied through the experience of object. Now, this is the key. Ya laulyat anupashanti tad dukkham. Because of the disturbance, the obstacles, your non-focus, that which you are not able to experience, that is a dukkha. Experience and pacifying the sense organs is a sukha. Not pacifying the sense organs is a disturbed sense organs is dukkha. Therefore, nacha indriyanam bhogabhyasena vaitrashyam kartum shakyam. Nacha indriyanam bhogabhyasena, through the practice of experience, enjoyments. Indriyanam vaitrashyam nacha kartum shakyam. You cannot satisfy the sense organs. Vaitrashyam means dispassion. You cannot gain dispassion of sense organs through experience. No, or not what people normally think is you should have to enjoy and get rid of it. This is so stupid. You, without enjoying, how can you get rid of it? Without knowing, how can you give it up? These are all beautiful looking logic, which is utterly stupid here. Because there is a proverb kind of statement. They say in English, if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. That is exactly what is explained here. See, if you are going to enjoy and get rid of it, that is what you think. Like, okay, I like sweets, fine. So, how many sweet I can eat? Like laddus, let us say. 1 laddu, 2 laddu, 3 laddu, 4 laddu. Okay, 4 laddus, sweet ball. Now, after the fourth one, there will be a saturation point. I cannot have one more. That desire is not dead, mind you. But I cannot eat now. Oh, enough, I say. Enough is not because my desire is dead. Desire is now, well, it's just subsided because of the situation. Now, there are two options. After 1 hour, if you are going to offer the same sweet, I will say, okay, little bit, only little bit, okay. Or I'll receive it and keep it. I've seen people receiving this sweet. If they are not able to eat, then they'll receive it and keep it aside for eating later. Now, the desire is not destroyed by the experiencer. It is growing even more, stronger. That is what is explained here. Yataha bhogabhyasam anu vivardhante ragaha kaushalani cha indriyana. Remember this. Yataha, because, see, you cannot enjoy and get rid of the desires. How? Why? Because yataha, because bhoga abhyasam, through the experience, anu vivardhante ragaha. Anu vivardhante ragaha, following the experience, the desire also grows. More the experience, more the desire. Kaushalani cha indriyana. The sense organs also becomes expert in experiencing that. Simple thing. See, when I read these, sometimes I find some mistakes during the print. they have not properly proofread in some places. I see the mistakes. This normally happens in every book. You think you have a done perfect proofreading, that is the stupidest idea. They have a term in the printing field. One of my printers told me, Swamiji, this is Mudra Rakshasa. Demon, the printing demon. This is what it is. Mudra Rakshasa is a name of a story. It's a literature text. Mudra Rakshasa, some story. So it also got some award, it seems. So they use that Mudra Rakshasa. This is Mudra Rakshasa, printing demon. You cannot escape. The proofreaders themselves miss these points. Then, so see, the proofreaders, like the teachers, see, we will not find any mistake in our writing. But the first thing the teacher will see is there is a error here. First thing, oh, there is no problem, but there is a error here. So the eyes are trying to find the error. Similar, because it has become an expert. Like see, in biology class or in a laboratory, you go, they are looking into some slides where they have some blood particle. They are looking into that slide of blood. They are looking for some virus or something, which something. They are looking into it. Nowadays they are displaying it in a screen. They are looking on the screen. Oh, there it is. What is where? Do you see that virus or that bacteria or whatever it is? Do you see that? Or else everything will look same. But their practice trained eyes are very sharp. They will find that a problem there. So, Indriyanam Kaushalanicha Vivardhante. The sense organs become expert in that respective act, and the desire for the experience also grows. The more the enjoyment, the more the experience, more the desire, more the expertise for the sense organs. Smrtischa. The Smriti also says this. See, this is from the Manusmriti. Vivekachudamani also, Bhagavan Bhashyakara very clearly says you cannot control the sense organs through experience. He gives two examples like here. One is the ball falling from the staircase. When it starts, it will start slowly. And it will pick up momentum, it will jump staircases. It will jump some steps. So, similarly, you cannot put off the fire by throwing a ghee into it. Two examples he gives. So here also, Manusmritikara also says, Na jatu kamanau bhogena shamyati havisha krishna vartneva bhuya eva vivardate. He is giving one example. He says, Na jatu kamaha kamanau bhogena shamyati. The desire which has arisen cannot be destroyed by experience of the object of desire. Why? Because Havisha Krishna Vartmeva, Krishna Vartma, the fire, Havisha, with the Havisha, fire oblation material, Bhuyava Bivartate, it is going to grow more. The more the fire oblation material you throw, the more the fire. More the wood you throw, more the fire. It is not going to be destroyed through that wood. Tasmad, therefore, Dukkhatmaka raga parinamatvat vishaya sukham api dukkham eva. See, desire is a transformation. The sorrow is a transformation of desire. Sorrow is a transformation of desire. Therefore, raga parinamatvat vishaya sukham api. The experience, the enjoyment which you gain through the objects also dukkham eva is sorrow. Karyakaranayoh abhedati parinama dukkhatvam. See, because we don't differentiate between the karya and karana. This Vedanta, karya karana abheda, karya karana ananyatva. He said karya karana abheda. The cause and effect are not different. The cause is what is seen as effect. The raga, this desire, which is what is seen as a experience. And that experience is always endowed with a sorrow, because desire is of the nature of sorrow. Tatha sukha anubhava kale tat pratikulani. Okay, afterwards you are talking, but during the experience, I do gain enjoyment. I do gain happiness, right? How do you plan to negate it? So he says, Tatha, similarly, Sukha Anubhava Kale, during the time of experience of that happiness, Tat Pratikulani Dukkha Sadhanani Dveshti. One Dveshti, one hates what? Dukkha Sadhanani, the means for sorrow. Tat Pratikulani, which are obstacles for this enjoyment. During the enjoyment, we don't want the obstacles to enter. When you are going to watch cricket or football, whichever game, though we are enjoying the game, we are afraid, oh, the current will go, the current should not go, kind of. So we hate that situation. न अनुभवत्य भूतानि भोगा संभवति इति भूतानि च नस्ति. And you cannot enjoy without disturbing any being. No enjoyment is possible without troubling the other being. Your very existence is violence. Remember this. We think, I practice non-violence. That never happens. Your very existence is violence. Not that you are violent. Your existence itself, by existence, you are non-violent. You are violent. You are non-violent. How so? Some people, I hate that person. Even by looks, they start hating you. Okay? A simple experience of drinking a cup of coffee. A person who is not getting that cup of coffee will feel, oh, he is enjoying a cup of coffee in this cold climate, but I am not having anything to drink. That very existence, oh, he is enjoying so much. Whether you enjoy or not, whether you have or not, whatever you have is going to be a disturbance for others. So he says, na anupahatya, without disturbing bhutani, any living being, upabhogaha sambhavati. There is no possibility of enjoyment. Bhutani cha hinasti. Therefore, he is going to knowingly or unknowingly disturb another living being. You doing something is going to disturb some other person. There is no doubt in it. So, dveshascha sarvani dukkha sadhani me ma bhuvaniti sankalpa vishesha. And hate, what is hate? Hate is this special kind of thought function. It's a will that let there be no obstacles for my experience of happiness. So, dukkha sadhanani, these obstacles which are means for bringing the sorrow, let that not be associated with me. That is the hate. Nachatani sarvani kaschidapi varihartum shaknoti. No one can avoid all these pitfalls, all these obstacles. No one. Everyone has to encounter one or other form of these means of sorrow. Atah, therefore, sukha anubhava kale api tat paripanthinam prati dveshasya sarvada eva avasthitatvat tapa dukkham dushpariharam eva. So, during the time of experience, enjoyment also, tat paripanthinam prati dveshasya sarvada eva avasthitatvat. The contrary for that experience, the hate for the contrary to that enjoyment is always there. During the time of experience, enjoyment, I hate the contrary that which is going to be an obstacle to this enjoyment always exists. Therefore, tapa dukkham dushpariharameva. It is definitely impossible to avoid this tapa dukkha. Tapa means dvesha. Tapo hi dvesha. This dukkha, the sorrow of hate. So this hate cannot be avoided. Evam दुःख साधनानि न परिहर्तुम अशक्तः मुह्यति चेति मोह दुःखतापि व्याख्येय. Similarly, दुःख साधनानि न परिहर्तुम अशक्तः. See, a person who has a difficulty, who feels it impossible to avoid, prevent the means for sorrow, therefore muhyati, he becomes deluded. Therefore, moha dukkhata, the sorrow because of that delusion also should be understood in this way. Tathacha uttam yoga bhashyakare. In this place, Yoga Bhashya, the commentator on Yoga Sutras, Shri Vyasa has written. What has he written? Sarvasya dvesha anuviddha chetana chetana sadhana adhinaha tapa anubhavah iti. Sarvasya tapa anubhavah. Everyone, when we experience this eight, it is a common for dvesha anuviddha cheta chetana sadhana adhina. For any object which is whether sentient or inert, the object of hate, whether it is sentient or inert, it always there is this object, something or other. Current cut, now you hate current, insentient. A person coming and standing in front of the TV, your parents coming and standing in front of the TV and say, or your kids standing in front of the TV and say, I want that now. Very impossible situation. So it is impossible to avoid this dvesha. Tatra asti dvesha karma ashaya. And the karma ashaya, the karma accumulation of this karma ashaya means group of karmas, accumulating karmas. Because of the dvesha ja, that which is born of dvesha is definitely there. Sukha sadhanani cha prarthyamanah kayena vacha manasa cha parispandate. A person who desires the means for happiness, he works through the body, the speech and the mind. Parispandate, he acts through the body, speech and mind. Tataha param anugrunhanti chaiti, param anugrunhati upahanti chaiti, para anugraha pidabhyam dharma dharmo upachinoti. See, there is this karma group. Okay, so therefore, based on that karma group, you desire to gain some happiness. Okay, now for the desire of happiness, you protect someone you love, or you disturb someone, you trouble someone whom you hate, who is an obstacle and hindrance for this protection, for this loved one. So either you protect anugrahana, you protect, you show your grace, or upahanti, you trouble, you torture, you create pain. Pidabhyam, pida is pain, to create pain. So para anugraha pidabhyam, through this protection and giving pain, dharma adharma upachinoti, you add, you gain, upachinoti, you gain more, chaine to select, you gain more dharma and adharma, punya and papa. Okay, now sa karmashaya lobhat mohacha bhavati iti esha tapa dukkhata uchyate. And that karma ashaya, that group of karmas are either through lobha, greed, or moha, delusion. So therefore, this kind of protecting for loved and avoiding the destroying the hated, this is because of the greed and delusion. Therefore, tapa dukkhata uchyate. That they are called as tapa dukkhata. Tapa dukkhata, that the sorrow gained through hate. तथा च वर्तमानः सुख अनुभवः सो विनाशकाले संस्कारम् आधत्ते. Therefore, what happens is वर्तमानः सुख अनुभवः, this present experience of joy, happiness, so vinashakale, during its not one's own destruction, during its that experience, during the experiences, vinashakale, destruction, when the experience subsides, during the subsidation of experience, during the subsiding of experience, samskaram adatte, it brings in a thought imprint. See, you enjoy, enjoyment is over, you think nothing happens, but it leaves a thought imprint. That enjoyment leaves a thought imprint. Such a sukhasmaranam tacharagam. And that thought imprint, what happens is that any experience leaves a thought imprint. And that thought imprint comes out, manifests itself as a remembrance. Oh, I enjoyed that. There is a remembrance. Okay? And because of that remembrance, you have desire to enjoy that again. Such a manah kaya vasana cheshtam. And because of that, see, sukha smaranam is a jnana. You have that knowledge. Oh, I enjoyed that there. Then because of that, tacharagam, desire is a ichha. Then such a manah kaya vasalam cheshta, kriya. Jnana, ichha, kriya. That is the order. So you remember, then the desire springs up, and because of that, you act with body, speech, or mind. Such a punya, apunya karmashya. And because of the act, you are going to accumulate more punya and papa. You accumulate punya or papa, and because of that, there is a knowledge. You remember that enjoyment. Then because of that, there is a desire, and because of that, you act, and because of that, again you are going to accumulate more punya or papa, and because of that, taucha janmaditi samskar dukkha, and because of that, you are going to be born again. You are going to take rebirth. Therefore, this is samskar dukkha. Because of the thought imprint, you are going to have sorrow. Because of the hate, you are going to gain sorrow. Because of the transformation, you are going to sorrow. There are sorrow in every walk of life. Therefore, he says, evam tapa mohayorapi samskaro vyakhya. In this way, tapa and moha, the hate and the delusion also should be understood. Evam kalatraye api dukkha anuvedat vishaya sukham dukkham eva iti uktva. See, all three periods of time, past, present, and future, any enjoyment, any experience of happiness is associated with sorrow. This is explained. Swarupatopi dukhatamaha. By inherent nature, any experience is sorrow. Inherent nature, that is explained. Guna vritti virodhat. With this word, guna vritti virodhat. Guna, the gunas, vritti, its functionality, virodhat, contradictory. Since the functionalities of the gunas are contradictory, also that is inherently it is of the nature of sorrow. How? Gunaha. First, what is guna? Sattva, Raj, Tamasi. Sattva, Rajo, and Tama are three gunas. And what is its nature? Sukha, Dukkha, Mohatmakaha. Sattva guna brings in sukha, happiness. Tamo guna brings in sorrow, and Rajo guna brings in sorrow, and Tamo guna brings in delusion, inertness. Paraspara viruddha swaha, and each one of them are contradictory nature. Abhi, though they are contradictory in nature, tailavarti agnahi eva deepam, like a lamp which has a watery oil, a wick which is a earthly material, and fire which is fiery material. So fire, water, and earth, the combination of these three makes the lamp illumine. Similarly, the combination, though contradictory, the combination of these three gunas bring in the activity. Purusha, bhoga, upayuktatvena. All these three contradictory gunas are useful for the enjoyment of or experience of anything for this purusha. Trayatmakam ekam karyam arabhante. So these three come together and start one action. All these three come together to start one action. Tatra ekasya pradhanye dvayoho gunabhavat pradhana matra vipadeshena satvikam rajasam tamasam iti trigunamapi karyam ekena gunena vipadeshena. See, though for activity all the three gunas are necessary, but still whatever is the predominant guna, that is what is referred to here. That is what that person is referred to when he is acting. Like a person who is sattvic, we say, oh, that person is very sattvic. He is very sattvic. And this person is rajasic. And that fellow is tamasic. See, doesn't mean that this sattvic person who is all peace does not get anger. He does not sleep. No, he also sleeps. He also gets anger. But during that period, the tamoguna sleep and the rajoguna anger manifests. Because of those predominant guna during that activity, you see the sattvic person having that kind of activity. So generally speaking, there is no manifestation of rajoguna and sattoguna. Therefore, we say sattoguna. And this rajoguna person also does not mean this person who has rajoguna, who is fierce and who is always angry, etc. Does not love his kids and wife or someone. So there is the love which is of the nature of sattva. He also sleeps and he also takes rest, etc. Therefore, there is tamoguna also. So wherever you see the predominant guna is what is referred to in that person during that activity, though there is the existence of the other two gunas during that period also. So tatra sukha upabhoga rupopi pratyayah udbhuta sattva karyatvepi anubhuta rajas tamah karyatvat trigunatmakeva. See, during the time of happiness, experience of happiness, that which is manifestation of a sattva guna, which has manifested and which is giving you the experience of happiness, during that very period of manifestation of sattva guna, there is unmanifested rajoguna and tamoguna. During the predominance of sattva guna, there is a non-predominant secondary tamoguna and rajoguna. Non-predominant. Therefore, tathacha sukhatmakatvad dukkhatmakatvam vishadaatmakam cha tasya dhromiti dukkhameva sarvam vekina. So, because of the manifestation of the sattva guna, you see the happiness. But when the rajoguna manifests or the tamoguna manifests, he is going to be sorrowful or deluded, which is unavoidable. Therefore, the knowledgeable one sees sorrow in all these activities. Nacha etadrushopi pratyayah sthirah. And this, whether it is rajoguna or sattoguna or tamoguna, that activity is not eternal. It is not going to be staying forever. Yasmad chalam cha gunavrattam iti kshipra parinami chittamuttam. Because it is very clearly said, the mind is momentary. It transforms very fast. Chalam cha gunavrattam, because the gunavrattam, the functionality of the gunas are chanchala. They are turbulent, always they are not stagnant. They are not always of the same way. So they are always turbulent. They are always changing, transformative. No, eka pratyaya katham paraspara viruddha sukha dukkha mohatmakani mohatvani ekada pradipyate iti cheta na. See, one knowledge, how can one knowledge be seen to be happiness, sorrow and delusion? One thought function, one knowledge, how can it be seen three different ways? If you ask udbhuta anudbhuta yoho virodha bhavat, See, it is manifest, the others are not manifest. That is the difference. There is no contradiction here. Manifest and unmanifest don't contradict each other. Why so? Because यथा समवृत्तिकानाम एव हि गुणानाम युगपत् विरोधः न विषमवृत्तिकानाम. When the gunas with similar activity, only the gunas which have similar activity are contradictory. When they have no, they are non-similar, they have non-similar activity, they are not contradictory. This he is explaining with the Dharma Jnana Vairagya Ashvara. We will see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.